31st of August, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavu Shoftim.
See Rabbi Moore.
Okay, we're all here.
Okay,
The else here. Good.
so let's just, we also hope we're all there as well. Yeah, okay. Let's go. We're actually doing the Rashi. I was actually trying to investigate some questions we had on the Rashi. Just 1 second.
You're reading lunch at 1:30?
Okay, we're up to Pasuk Hey. Lou, I think you were in the middle about to do the Rashi over here. Okay, let's go over Pasuk Hey. Chapter 17, chapter Yud Zayin, Pasuk Hey.
V'hotzesa es ha'ish hahu o es ha'isha hahi asher asu es hadavar hara hazeh el she'arecha asher es ha'ish o es ha'isha usikau tam ba avanim vamesu.
Very good.
Okay. Then you shall remove that man or that woman who did this evil thing in your cities. The man or the woman, you shall stone them with stones so that they die.
Right. Okay, so now it says, well, it's El Shorecha. Shall take out that man or that woman, El Shorecha, it means to your gates.
Right.
Okay. So listen to this, and this is what Rashi is going to dwell. What gates are we talking about?
Hamitargem El Sharecha, the translation of,
Or should we say the one who translates?
the
El
one who
Shorecha,
translates Lisra base dinach to the gate of the court.
of your right. Toyeh, he is mistaken. He's making a mistake.
Oh, the one who translates to the gate of your court is making a mistake. Shekain sheninu shaninu because that we have learned.
Shekain, for so we have learned. Shekain shanim.
For so we have learned. El sharecha ze shar she'avad bo. To your gates, this is the gate of
where he served, meaning where he committed the idol worship.
oh she'avad that you served in it.
Or he she'ovad bo, that he served there.
O Eino Ella Shar Shenidon Bo, or it is nothing more than
Or rather, should we say rather than more? Or rather, it means Shar Shenidon bo. It means the gate where he is judged. Okay. So now this is a classic example of how Chazal expound psukim. So the Chazal will say, this is like a lotion of the Brisa there. El Shorecha, what does it mean? Then it's possible it says you should take him out to your gates. Zeh Sha'ar She'avad Bo. This refers to the gateway of where he committed the crime of where he served idols. Oh yeah, maybe not. El Ashar Sheniden Boy refers to the pasuk Shorecha to your gateway. Gates means to the gateway where he is judged. So on that, the Gemara answers, the Sifri, Bryce answers, Nema, carry on.
Ne'amar she'arecha lemata. It says, your gates below.
Below, meaning here in this pasuk,
V'ne'amar she'arecha lemala. And it says, your gates above.
in pasuk base.
Ma sharecha ha'amur lemala, just as when it says your gates above,
Which is the gates which are mentioned above means Shah She'ovad Boy, refers to the gateway where he served the idols, because that's what the pasuk says. We're going back to pasuk base. Ki matzeva kil b'chol achad shorecha she'alakim l'kechon esenach ish isha she'asis rabbein yashem v'b'sevach v'yaved elihim acherim. So it's all referring to pasuk base and pasuk gimel, all referring to the act of serving idols, and that's when it says b'achad shorecha, in one of your gates. So your gates is referring to the place where he served the idols. Okay.
af she'arecha ha'amur lemata.
Right.
So too, your gates that is stated below, shar she'avad bo, is the gate that you worshipped in it.
Where he worshipped, right.
Bisar gumo, and its translation, the kir vayach, the kir vach,
Your towns.
cities.
Right, or towns. Right.
Kir
So in other words, what Rashi's pointing out is
vach.
that what we're referring to is when it says you've got to take him out to your town, it's not referring to the Bezdin. The Bezdin of thing, they take him to the place where he committed the crime, i.e. he served the Avodah Zarah, and they stone him there. Okay? Yeah. Okay, let's continue now. Pasuk Vav. Meir.
It says, Al pi shnaim edim, o shlosha edim, yumat hamet, lo yumat al pi ed echad. Okay, so by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, he can be put to death, but by the mouth of 1 witness, he cannot be put to death.
Shall not be put to death on the testimony, according to the testimony of 1.
Oh, aid, okay. Oh, aid is testimony?
No, of 1 witness. Aid is a witness.
Of 1 witness, yeah. Aid and aidim. Okay, very good. Let's see, Rashi. Shnaim eidim o shlosha. So 2 witnesses or 3. Im mitkayemet edut b'shnayim. So if the testimony is kayemet is to fulfill, isn't it?
Kayemet means it's is upheld.
Oh, it's upheld. Okay, with 2 witnesses. Lama parat lecha b'shlosha. So why did the Torah tell us specific or three? Okay, so why two or three? Lahakish shlosha lishnayim. It says, let's see, to Lahakish.
Akish means to compare.
Oh, compare two or three. Okay.
Right. The three.
So it says, so ma shnayim edut achat.
Av shloisha edus achad.
Okay.
It's just like when we're two Adim referring to over here, they're considered one group. Meaning, because one without the other has no effect. Okay? So
Also three.
Three is also considered one group. And as Rashi is going to continue and say, what difference does that make? That's what Rashi is the end of the last words of Rashi.
What they do not become domimim and odd until all of them have been
all of them have been made Zomaim. So I have to explain to you what that means.
Zomaim are witnesses who testify but really weren't at the event?
Correct. Yeah, it's called them, I think I translated scheming witnesses. Okay? Zomaim, the Zomaim means to scheme, to plot against somebody to get him into trouble. Okay? So this is what they wanted to do over here. So the classic case, and it's mentioned over here later in the Parsha. No, is it here? No, it's in Parshas K6, next week's Parsha. Sorry. That's in this week's Parsha. Yeah, it's later on. That's an easy way of remembering it. Chapter 19, Pasuk 19.
Oh, 1919. Okay.
That's how they will learn the expression Zomaim. I mean, I'll go back actually. Go back to Pasuk 16. It says, Ki yokum eit chomos be'ish la'nos bo Sarah. Okay, if how should we say chomos? Let's see how I translated that.
$16. Yakum 8 Hamas.
Operations. A single witness must not arise in court against the man to condemn him for any punishment or sin offering that, 1 second. Sorry, Pasuk 16. If false witnesses arise in court against the man to testify something fictitious against him, the two men and the litigant shall stand before the Eternal, before the priests and judges who are in office at that time. The judges shall then thoroughly investigate the matter, and if indeed the witnesses are false witnesses, that they testify falsely against their brother, you shall then do to them as they intended to do to their brother, and thus eradicate the perpetrators of evil from among them. Okay? So that's what the Pasuk says. And the Gemara says, Lemais, as follows. What happens, let's give a classic example. Unfortunately, a murder is committed. Definitely see a person's found dead. Anyway, two Adim come along and say, Charlie did it. We saw Charlie kill this person. And the other two Adim come along and says, no, it was Harry who did it. We saw Harry do it. What is the din? Who gets put to death? Who is the murderer?
Nobody.
No, I say you, the jury.
I say nobody gets it.
Right, correct, because it's 2 against 2. Which is, it's like contradictory testimony, and therefore we cannot have no way of deciding which of the two is more truthful than the other. So therefore it comes out there's a contradictory edus, and maybe nothing happens. Okay, but what happens if as follows? You've got Reuven and Shimon, and they say we saw Charlie kill this person. And then comes along Yisachar and Zvulun, and they say, says, you, Reuven and Shimon, said you saw Charlie kill this person? That cannot be, because you, Reuven and Shimon, were with us in a different city at that time. You were in a different place. So you couldn't have seen that Reuven and Shimon, that Charlie killed this person. Okay, now technically, you again have the same contradictory edus, contradictory witnesses. Why? Because on the one hand, Reuven and Shimon are saying we were in this particular place and we saw Charlie kill this person. Whereas Yisachar and Zvulun come along and says, no, you, Reuven and Shimon, were not there. You were with us in a different place. So these two sets of witnesses are contradictory. Nevertheless, and this Chazal says the Chiddush of Edim Zayman, why it is so, I'm not sure. Don't know if Chazal give a clear reason for it. But anyway, in this situation, the Torah says, we believe Yisachar and Zvulun, and Yisachar and Zvulun saying that Reuven and Shimon were not there, right, is accepted as testimony. And the fact that Reuven and Shimon said that Charlie killed this person, they were in the other place. Let's give an example. Reuven and Shimon say, we were in London, we saw Charlie kill Bill. Okay, we saw Charlie commit this murder. Comes along his second one and says, you weren't in London at the time, you were in New York at the time. So you couldn't have seen it. So we believe Yisachar and Zvulun, because they are not just saying, contradicting the testimony of Reuven and Shimon, because as far as the testimony is concerned, we said they have absolutely no necessarily any knowledge of what went on or not. Did Charlie kill this person or not? That's not relevant. They are saying you, Reuven and Shimon, could not have seen this, could not have be witness to what you're saying you were witness to, i.e. that Charlie killed this person, because you weren't there at all. You were with us in New York at the time. There's no way you could have seen what happened. So for whatever reason, the Torah says we believe Yisachar and Zvulun. And therefore, Reuven and Shimon are now called Eidim Zomimim. Eidim who are scheming witnesses, who are not really true witnesses. Okay? We say that in fact they were not there, except the testimony of Yisachar and Zvulun. We say they were not there, they were in New York at the time and not in London. Maybe they could have not, it was possible for them to have witnessed this murder. Not only that, since they wanted to implicate that Charlie was the murderer, okay, and they wanted to have Charlie put to death as a result, they themselves, as long as it hasn't happened yet, okay, they themselves will be put to death. Because since they wanted to bring about the death sentence upon Charlie, so therefore, kasher zomam, vasisim lo kasher zomam lasis derei. That's what the pasuk says over there. You ask your text. Now, okay, so now the case of what Rashi is saying is over here. What happens is instead of it being just Reuven and Shimon, you have Reuven, Shimon, and Levi, three of them together. Okay? And all three of them pronounce, not necessarily in unison, but they all come with the same, as a group, come together and they say, we saw all together, we saw that Charlie committed this murder. Comes along Yisachar and Zvulun and say, 1 second, that couldn't, because Reuben and Shimon were with us in New York. But about Levi, they don't say anything. Do now Reuben and Shimon get a din of Eidim Zomimim? Do they get and therefore they're going to be put to death for having falsely implicated that Charlie committed the murder? The answer is no, because since Reuben and Shimon and Levi, all three came together as giving it as a group to give testimony that Charlie committed this murder, and the Eidim Zomimim, the Eidei Hazoma, the ones who are now disproving that Reuben and Shimon saw the act of murder because they were somewhere else at the time, that they're not giving testimony about Levi, so there's no din of Eidim Zomimim B'chlal. In other words, the Reuben and Shimon don't get a din of scheming witnesses that they will now be punished with the punishment they intended to impose upon the accused, but rather nothing happens. Everybody, they get off, Reuben and Shimon get off scot-free. What happens as far as Charlie is concerned, I'm not sure, because it could well be that. So this is a bit of a complicated, what they call a knetch, right? Is that as far as Reuben and Shimon are concerned, you've still got contradictory eidos. Even if they don't have a din of Eidim Zomimim, Reuben and Shimon say, we were in London. Yisachar and Zvulun and say, no, you were in New York. So now you're only left with one aide who hasn't been challenged. His testimony hasn't been challenged. So therefore, Charlie doesn't get put to death. Reuven and Shimon don't get put to death. Levi doesn't get put to death because the Chal is not Eidim Zomimim, and hopefully everybody lives happily ever after. Okay, we'll stop there. But that's what Rashi is saying. That's why the Torah tells you if you have a group of Eidim coming together, a group of witnesses, they are considered like one group. Obviously, if they give testimony in a group, you can have sometimes, let's say, a case. Reuven and Shimon will say that we saw Charlie kill Bill, and later Levi and Yehuda will come along separately and says, we also saw Charlie kill Bill. They come as two separate groups. Then there's two separate groups. That's got a different dip. Okay, but the Torah is telling us over here that whether two come as a group or three come as a group, or however many come as a group, they're all considered one group. Okay? I think at this point we will adjourn. Okay.
Very good.
Have a good day. Thank you, Rabbi.
Be well. Kol tov.
Call to.